डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन युनिव्हर्सिटी.
Hello friends, welcome to Indian Poetics, video number 15, and this course is organized by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. It is really very important topic which should be learnt by all our students. Today, I'll talk to you about rasa theory. In fact, the title of the topic is Rasanubhav, Rasabhav, Ramaniyata. Now let us discuss them in details. Rasa theory was enunciated by Bharata Muni. Bharata Muni is the pioneer of Indian poetics. About more than 2000 years ago, he enunciated this theory in his book Natya Shastra. The title of the book is Natya Shastra. It focuses on Natya, drama, but actually the theory is based on Rasa theory. Rasa is the essence of all arts, poetry, drama, literature in general. Now, first of all, we must understand what rasa is. Rasa is a Sanskrit word which is used in Hindi, Gujarati also. When we talk about rasa, the word rasa means essence, flavor, taste, juice. In an ordinary common language, common communication, rasa is juice. We talk of mango juice or apple juice, orange juice. Juice is the essence of fruit. In the same way, taste, there are different kinds of tastes, and taste is the relish that we experience, or flavor, sap. These are the simple meanings of word rasa. But in rasa theory, it focuses on drama and poetry, and it is connected with aesthetic relish, aesthetic experience. Aesthetic experience is the experience that gives you divine delight, divine happiness. So, rasa is essence of poetry, drama, and literature in general, and also all kinds of arts. Even in dance, rasa theory is applied. In abhinay, acting, rasa theory is applied. So it is a literary experience based on emotions. So what is rasa? Rasa is a literary experience which is based on emotions, not thoughts, but emotions. Rasa bhava creates emotional relish. Rasa bhav means the feeling of rasa, the emotion of rasa, and it creates emotional relish, emotional joy, emotional delight, which is experienced by the listener, reader, bhavak, or spectator. Rasa provides alaukika anand. Now there are different kinds of pleasures, physical pleasures, material pleasures. But alaukik pleasure is a pleasure which is beyond world, non-worldly delight. It is a happiness which is beyond physical, material joy. Material joy is not permanent. It is short-lived. It is a short life. It is transitory. If you drink some juice, it gives you joy for some time. If you eat some food, sweets, you may enjoy it for some time. But after eating or drinking enough, your joy disappears. In literature and poetry and art, rasa provides alaukik anand. Alaukika. Laukik means worldly, and alaukik means non-worldly, beyond world. According to Indian aesthetic, there are 5 aspects of mind. According to Indian aesthetics, there are 5 parts, 5 aspects of mind. They are Srishti, creation, Sthiti, preservation, Samhar, translation, transformation, Tirobhav, diffusion, Anugraha, disgrace. Now let us discuss this for a minute. Mind has 5 different aspects. The first is creation. Mind creates thoughts, mind creates joy, mind creates sorrow, mind creates everything. Actually, all human beings are mindful. Manati iti manav. Manav, human being, is one who thinks, who creates thoughts. So Srishti is a creation of thoughts. Sthiti is preservation. Thoughts, feelings are preserved in mind. Samhar is change, transformation. One feeling or thought disappears and another comes. There is a transformation, change. Tirobhav, diffusion. There is a mixture, diffusion, and anugraha, which is a grace, blessing. And so these are the 5 aspects of mind. Rasa nispati means generation of rasa. The word rasa nispati. Nispati means generation, creation, and rasa. So it is nispati of rasa, generation of rasa. Rasa is created. How it is created is the part of rasa theory. Rasa swada is the process of appreciation. Rasa nispati is creation of ras, and rasa swada is process of appreciation. When we eat some food or drink some juice, we experience swada, taste. So in the same way, rasa swad is the process of appreciation. When we read some book or watch some drama or watch some dance, we experience rasaswada. And rasaswada is a process of appreciation. We can appreciate what art impresses you, how art impresses you. So rasaswada is very necessary to understand rasa theory. Without rasaswada, there would be no appreciation of rasa theory. Rasa is presented in 4 ways. Now the main 4 paths, ways of rasa are angika, vachika, satvika and aharya. Now angika means acting, gestures. Angika refers to gestures, anga, the parts of body. And through parts of body, gestures are created, acting is created. And so it is called angika. Vachika means dialogues. When there is a communication through dialogues, through speech, it is called vachika. Vachika refers to vani, speech. Satvika means involuntary gestures. Satvik is involuntary. And gestures are like tears, shivering, etc. They are involuntary gestures that happen. Tears come. There is a shivering in the body, trembling of the body. This is a sattvic way of rasa. Aharya refers to stage decoration. Aharya refers to stage, which includes costumes, background, decoration. So aharya is a material kind of way of rasa. But other 3, angika, vachika and satvika, are referred to acting, speech and involuntary gestures. Stage decoration is aharya, which is of course necessary. In modern time, stage decoration has completely changed. It is more technological, more realistic, but in ancient times, everything was decorated in a very simple manner. For example, on the stage, if there is a presentation of forest, there would be some pictures of trees or some plants which may show to the spectators that this is a forest. So, in modern time, the picture has changed, but aharya refers to stage decorations. Bharat Muni says that there are 2 processes in stage drama, the process of creation and the process of appreciation. So, Bharat Muni says that there are 2 processes in stage drama. One is process of creation, process of generation of rasa, and the process of appreciation. 2 things are there. Performers are presenting their performance, expressing rasa, and the spectators or the bhavakas experience them by watching or hearing. So this is a process of appreciation. And process of appreciation is very important without the response theory of the readers or the bhavakas, the art would be meaningless. When there is a drama, there should be spectators. When there is a speech, listeners are necessary. When there is a music, the music lovers, listeners are very important. So ultimately, art or rasa theory is directly connected with the process of appreciation, and process of appreciation applies to spectators, listeners, bhavakas, and the great word is saradaya, one who is very sensitive bhavak, sensitive reader, sensitive spectator, and sensitive spectator alone can understand what true rasa is. There is a combination of various bhavas in rasa. In ras, there are combination of 4 important bhavas. The first is vibhava. Vibhava means determinant, something that determines, decides, causes. Anubhav is consequences. Anubhav is the result. Vibhav is the cause. And Anubhav is the effect. Vibhav is determinant and Anubhav is consequent. Vyabhichari bhavas are psychological states. Psychological states of mind are vyabhichari, and vyabhichari are transitory. They are short-lived. They come and go. They happen for some time, not permanent, not long time. Sthai bhava is the most important bhava, which is basic mental state. Sthai bhava is basic, stable, and mental state. It is the basic. For example, like rati, which means love. It is sthai bhava. And it turns into sringara rasa with the combination of vibhav, anubhav, vyabhichari bhav, etc. But sthai bhava is the basic bhava, which generates different kinds of rasas. Vibhav is the cause of manifestation, and vibhav is the cause of manifestation. There are 2 types of vibhavas, alamban and udipan. Alamban refers to dependent and udipan means catalyst. Alamban means to depend upon. So alamban vibhav depends on something, and udipan vibhav happens due to catalyst. Catalyst is something that creates it but without changing its own self. It remains untouched, it remains unchanged, but creates something which is called udipana. We have a word udipak, and udipak means that which causes something without changing its own self. Certain sthai bhavas are produced by certain vibhava. So therefore, there are 2 main things. Certain sthai bhavas can be produced by certain vibhava only. Vibhavas are necessary. Anubhavas are voluntary gestures of performers. Anubhav is voluntary gestures of performers. Performers or the actors perform on the stage and they show gestures like sweating, shivering, trembling, weeping, crying, rudan, etc. But these are voluntary, not involuntary. They are very often, they are only artificial. They may not be real. When an actor cries on the stage, his crying may not be real crying, not natural crying. Of course, a good actor cries really, experiences the same experience of the character. But these are voluntary gestures, which may be like sweating when perspiration is happening, shivering of the body, trembling of the body. For example, when someone fears, is afraid, he or she shivers, trembles. This trembling is presented by actors, by performers voluntarily. For example, in Shoka, here is an example that in Shok, grief, Vilapa, crying, lamenting, Rudan, Vilap and Rudan refer to lamenting or crying loudly, paleness, when the face becomes pale and colorless, mobility, one cannot move, becomes rigid in body, are anubhavas. They are called anubhavas. Vyabhichari bhavas are complementary psychological states which exist temporarily in performance. Vyabhichari bhavas, as I told you earlier also, they are not long timed. They live for short time only. They are complementary, supplementary psychological states which exist temporarily for some time in the performance. It happens for a few minutes only. It doesn't continue for a longer period. So rasa takes place when vibhavas, anubhavas and sanchari bhavas are vyabhichari bhavas, are commingled. So ras takes place only when vibhavas, anubhavas and sanchari bhavas are commingled. And sthai bhava changes due to vibhavas, anubhavas and sanchari bhavas. And ultimately it turns into rasa. Now this is the ras theory which is very famous all over the world. It is highly philosophical, psychological and full of meaning. For example, the sthai bhavas are presented and then rasa are presented. Rati means love, changes into sringara rasa, erotic. Hasya, hasa means laughter, which changes into hasya ras. Sringara ras is romantic, erotic. and Hasya Ras is full of laughter, comical. Soka means sorrow, which turns into Karuna Ras, pathetic. Krodha, anger, is Asthai Bhav, which changes into Raudra Rasa. The word Rudra refers to Lord Shiva. When Lord Shiva became angry and he danced the Tandav dance, he was furious, he was very angry. He wanted to destroy the entire world. Fortunately, the world was saved by the requests of all gods. So the word Raudra is not an ordinary anger, but high anger, furious, fury. Utsah means energy, and Utsah turns into Vira Rasa. A Veer means a one who is very heroic, is full of Utsah, energy. Without energy, there can be no Vira Rasa. So, Utsah turns into heroic. Bhaya, fear, turns into Bhayanaka, terrible, Bhayanaka Rasa. So, Sthai Bhava changes into Rasa theory, Rasa. Jugupsa, disgust, when you see something disgusting, badly smelling, badly tasting, we experience Bibhatsa Rasa. Bibhats is odious ras. It is obscene, it is disgusting, it is odious. You don't like it, you always want to run away from it, you want to avoid it. So that is called Jugupsa. Jugupsa refers to taste, smell, and appearance. If the appearance is very ugly, the Bibhats Ras is created. If the smell is bad, Bibhatsa is created. If there is a bad taste, Bibhatsa is created. So Bibhatsa Rasa is created from Sthai Bhava called Jugupsa. Vismay, curiosity or astonishment, called Adbhuta Rasa. Adbhut is marvelous, wonderful. And so Vismay, astonishment, creates Adbhut Ras. Nirved means renunciation. Nirved is psychological and philosophical. When there is no attachment, non-attachment, it creates Santaras. When you don't have any desires, you become Sant. When you don't have any stress or tension, you become Sant, tranquil. So these are the main Sthai Bhavas which create different rasas. So the last thing is Vibhava is Karan, cause. And there are two different parts of Vibhava, Alamban, dependent, and Udipan, contexts, catalysts. Sattvic Bhavas are involuntary states of body. Now Sattvic Bhav is involuntary. It happens automatically, not by performing, like Stambha, paralysis, Pralaya, fainting. Pralaya means to fall down, fainting. Romanch, horripilation, goosebumps on the body. Romanch. Sweda, perspiration, sweating. Asru, tears, Vairaranya, or change of color, Vipati, trembling, and Swarabhanga, breaking of voice. So these are the ways how rasa is created. Tomorrow we will discuss in part 2, video number 16, the remaining theory of rasa, and explain everything to you in the easiest way possible. Thank you very much. I hope you have understood what I have told you today, and if you take more interest, you can read reference books and understand it better. Thank you very much. Thank you.